Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Now I know things have been pretty quiet on the channel of late, but that's because we've been flat out delivering our summer of riding at the park. However, I did want to take the time to make this video because I have a big announcement to make. As of this week, we are reopening one of our tracks which has had a major redevelopment. So without any further delay, let me introduce you to the Continental line. So those of you familiar with the park will recognise that this is the former site of the Red Downhill, which was completely destroyed during the forestry work. Now, rebuilding the Red Downhill was always on the cards, but given the amount of work involved, reality-wise it was probably going to be next year at the earliest. However, we've been very fortunate to be able to partner with Continental, who have been supporting the rebuild of the park, which has allowed us to get onto it this summer and get it open ready for you to ride. Now, I want to say a huge thank you to Continental for supporting the park. They reached out to us earlier in the year and basically said, you know, we've been following your story, we like what you're doing, what can we do to help? Now, we went back and forth a little bit on some ideas about how we could work together, and at some point we sort of mentioned that we had this amazing line that we got planned, but we didn't have the resources and essentially money to rebuild it, and they said, well, how about we help you out? I can't tell you how grateful we are for that. You know, obviously it's been a difficult road to bring the park back, and taking on these kind of larger scale projects at the moment is kind of difficult. So the fact to have a support of such an amazing brand like Continental allows us to do this crazy stuff and get you guys riding these trails sooner rather than later. So on a personal note, I want to add how amazing it is to be working with Continental on this line. Many years ago, before Revolution was ever a thing and we were just sort of dreaming of this idea of building a bike park, we used to go on trips to Europe, like many do, and one of our favourite places was Winterberg in Germany. In fact, in many ways, Winterberg in Germany was a bit of the inspiration for this park. If you've never been, it's a great venue, but unlike many of the bike parks in Europe, it's actually on quite a small hill, probably one about the same size as ours. However, with that small hill, they've been able to create an amazing set of trails covering all kinds of disciplines, and that's exactly what we wanted to bring to the UK. One of the lines at Winterberg at the time was actually a Continental line. It was a free ride trail sponsored by Continental. And on this trail, there is a giant wall ride with the Continental logo splashed across it. And I remember standing in front of that and just thinking how amazing it would be if someday we could build a bike park and get it to a level where an amazing, huge brand like Continental would want to work with us and sponsor a trail. So after over a decade of hard work, to be actually standing here with that dream coming true, and not only is that dream come true, it's actually Continental that wanted to sponsor our line, is pretty mind-blowing in many ways. So hopefully you'll join with me in thanking Continental in supporting the park and the rebuild, you know, because ultimately you've managed to now get a new track to ride if you can get down here this summer. Now, I don't want to spoil what's coming down the line, but I'll give you a little bit of a hint that the conversations we've been having with Continental don't end with this line, and in fact we are all pretty keen on taking this relationship as far as we can, so you can expect some pretty cool developments coming down the line. So if you want to come and ride this track, it is open right now, and it will be open up until our closure on the 22nd of September. So you can book through the website or you can just turn up and ride, but more information is available on our website, links in the description below. Also, just to reiterate, because I know a lot of people have missed the message, but we are actually running an uplift on every day that we're open. It's a pay-as-you-go one. It's designed to sort of get you to the top, so then you can come and play on these new trails and the other trails we've got open. But yeah, just in case you're worrying about having to push all the way up the hill, there is an alternative. So that's going to about do it. As I said, apologies, it's been a bit quiet on the channel. We do have more content coming, including in a couple of weeks' time, we'll be releasing information on what the plan is for after the summer. So as always, remember to like and subscribe and all that fun YouTube stuff. And I hope you get a chance to come down here and ride it before we close this summer. And I'm going to leave you now with some epic footage from the 50:1 sunset sessions of people shredding the trail, and hopefully that'll pique your interest in coming down to ride it yourself. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.